warm welcome to AD4TVRADIO News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to continue to seek the release of all children and captives of the terrorist group Boko Haram, one of whom is Leah Sharibu, the Dapchi schoolgirl who was recently reported to have given birth to a baby boy while in Boko Haram captivity for 2 years. The president, in a statement personally signed by him in Abuja, Nigeria, on the second anniversary of the kidnap of Leah Sharibu, alongside other Dapchi girls, promised that his administration will redouble efforts for their return. He said as the federal government redoubles its effort for Leah's return, Nigerians should never allow the terrorists to divide them in any form. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nigeria, Boss Mustafa, has advised developers to be conscious of the effect of climate change when building structures. Boss Mustafa, represented by David Adejo, Permanent Secretary on Political and Economic Affairs in his office, in a goodwill message during the inauguration of Wood Hill Estate, built by Cooperative Housing Loan with the support of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria in Abuja, Nigeria, says the country should have a good amount of vegetation program, provide for waste recycling materials, and also think of providing renewable energy as a source of power generation.
We should be conscious of the effect of climate change when we are building such structures. So we should have good amount of vegetation cover. We should provide for waste recycling materials. We should also think of providing renewable energy as a source of power generation. And most importantly, from the recent rates of flooding we are getting and the location of this place, we should think of looking at flood and erosion control mechanism.
In the same vein, the Minister of Works and Housing, Nigeria, Babatunde Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, at the event said that cooperative societies are critical tools to achieving affordable houses for Nigerians, adding that the partnership between cooperatives, subscribers, developers and banks would help address housing deficit in the country. He acknowledged the problem of housing deficit in the country, which he said the government was addressing.
Because of our strategic partnership with cooperatives, Federal Mortgage Bank, the Buhari government is addressing the question of affordability frontally. Therefore, cooperatives have become a very critical tool to address this problem. Now, cooperatives have worked in many other sectors of our national life. They have worked in farming, agric, they have worked in transportation, they have worked in the business sector. And we thought as a policy, it is something that we must now engage.
The Commissioner for Health, Lagos, Nigeria, Professor Akin Abayomi, in a statement said that a patient is currently in isolation ward at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idi-Araba, Lagos, Nigeria, suspected of having contracted Lassa fever. He assured the Lagos residents that the situation is under control, advising them not to panic over the situation as the state government is active in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health through the Nigeria Center for Disease Control is working tirelessly to stem the spread of the disease in the state. He stressed that the prevention and control of the disease remains the shared responsibility of all citizens through observance of the highest possible standards of personal and community hygiene as well as environmental sanitation. The Nigerian Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, said that surveillance has been strengthened at the various international airports to stop infected travelers from bringing in coronavirus into the country. According to the Director of Public Affairs of the Ministry of Aviation, James Odaudu, the Aviation Minister, alongside his counterparts in the Ministries of Health, Information and Humanitarian Services, respectively inspected facilities at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport this Tuesday in Abuja to ensure that coronavirus does not find its way into the country. The Natural Oil and Gas Supplies Association of Nigeria has introduced anti-medallism stickers and trust waybills for suppliers as a way of enhancing transparency. The National Public Relations Officer of the association, Chief Ukadike Chinedu, announced this in a statement issued in Abuja this Wednesday, where he introduced the Nogasa Suppliers Trust Waybill and stickers to members and critical stakeholders in the oil and gas industry. He said the measures would enhance authenticity of the source of product supplied by members of the association and will promote efficient delivery of product to customers and urge members of the public to demand the stickers as well as the trust waybills from suppliers before receiving their product. You're watching AD4TV Radio News Update. We'll go on a short break now. Up next, United Kingdom to strengthen relationship with Nigeria. European Union, Nigeria holds 5th Human Rights Dialogue. The federal government of Nigeria rescues another citizen from execution in Saudi Arabia over drug case. More stories when we return. Do stay.
AD4TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl-child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.
Many thanks for staying. The European Union is seeking to partner with Nigeria to designate pathways that will lead to the achievement of a peaceful, prosperous and robust democracy for the country. This was discussed between the ambassadors of countries in the region and Nigeria as it held its 5th regular political dialogue in Abuja, Nigeria, where it was observed that Nigeria still trails behind in its handling of human rights challenges, especially in respect to vulnerable women and children, the rule of law, and the tenets of professional practices like in journalism.
Already the European Union is a very stern partner and believer in human rights as the very bedrock of our external relations and certainly also our relations with Nigeria. We engage through political dialogue, but we engage also with our development cooperation programs. Already in Nigeria we have ongoing programs in the order of 87 million only for human rights issues alone, and we have seen quite significant results in the past. The establishment of 15 sexual assault referral centers, having the sexual offender register launched last year, as some of you may recall, supporting the correctional services, providing as well aid for those Nigerians that have stranded in Libya. We have, as of this morning, provided help for returning 16,102 Nigerians coming back home, providing them with new opportunities here.
Still on international relations, the chairperson of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, announced to stakeholders on migration and diaspora affairs in Abuja, Nigeria, that the federal government has rescued another Nigerian named Ibrahim from being executed by the Saudi Arabia government over a drug-related matter. She explained that Ibrahim was innocent of the allegation, as it was a case of mob victimization on drug planting and trafficking on arrival in Jeddah Airport, Saudi Arabia for Hajj in March 2017. He was charged and tried in the kingdom and found guilty before he was granted a case of retrial on 18 February 2020. The Nigerian government has called on foreign investors to take advantage of the new methanol field production technology policy and invest in the country. The Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonaya Onu, stated this during an investment drive this Tuesday in Bonn, Germany. According to a statement issued by Abdul Aminu, head of press and public relations of the ministry, the minister called on investors to take advantage of the policy, as Nigeria seeks both local and foreign investors in methanol field production while citing investment-friendly visa policy. Onu noted that the country is the new destination for investment in Africa and that methanol field production technology is a strategy employed by the Nigerian government to diversify its economy as reliance on crude oil is declining. Kilishi is a version of South Africa's biltong, and its origin can be traced to the northern part of Nigeria. It is a dried form of meat skewer made from cow, sheep or goat meat sliced into sheets of 1 meter or less for easy drying. The popular delicacy is consumed by Nigerians and foreigners due to its rich taste and spice, having its lovers traveling from far and wide to the northern part of Nigeria and the federal capital scrambling for it. Our correspondent spoke to both sellers and buyers of this delicacy at a popular Kilishi spot in Erewan-Gariki, Abuja, Nigeria, and this is what they said.
It's called Kilishi, so I actually came from Lagos to do something in Abuja, but anytime I come to Abuja, I need to get to this place to get this Kilishi. I think there's something special about it, most especially the taste, the hardness, and pepper that is in it makes it very special and unique.
So once I'm in Abuja, I always call Baba or I come to this place to pick the kilishi if I do not make order, because I like eating it and I like giving it out to my friends too to eat. Yeah, I came all the way from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State to come and eat kilishi.
It's a dry pepper kind of meat and a very popular delicacy across the north. And people love to eat it from all over the country. I've always been coming here in the past 15 years and I see people come from every part of Nigeria to come and buy.
To prepare kilishi, we buy a cow, butcher it. After butchering, we remove the bones and fat totally, then use only the meat, which we slice, place on fire to dry. People buy kilishi from my shop and take to London to share with family and friends. Kilishi can last up to a year if stored in a well-ventilated place.
On a light note, in your lifetime you will produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools, and each day you make up to 2 liters of saliva. Saliva is important after all. It does not only help in digestion, but protects your teeth and also improves your taste buds. Please share your thoughts on our social media handles at AD4TVRADIO. You can also join the conversation on our website www.ad4tvradio.com. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TVRADIO. That's it, an AD4 news update coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinamo.